G'day and welcome back to another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups. On this episode we are in the shed and also working on the cars to prepare them for the Rylstone Classic for 2025. Folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in to yet another cold episode here in the shed of Tomo's Tune-Ups. From today of the day of filming, there is approximately 2 weeks until the Rylstone Classic for 2025. I will be there, so if you are going to be attending, make sure you come say g'day. Now, from when this episode airs, it's probably going to be about 2 days until then, so I cannot wait to see you all there. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to chat about a couple of things. Firstly, the previous episode of Grace's Engine that aired last week will be the final episode until you guys see some raw footage of me driving it. Hopefully I'll try and put a nice little segue in shortly. Moving forward, she is on the road, she does drive well, and I tell you what, going from a 3.44 diff to a 3.2 diff made the world of difference, especially for the higher RPM. I do lose a lot of low down off the mark sort of power, but it is what it is. I do prefer to set the revs a little bit lower, especially when you do the Rylstone, because we travel from Western Sydney to Newcastle, which is approximately 2 hours drive. Sitting at 3,700 plus RPM is just way too excessive. So definitely a worthwhile investment. The next thing is the amount of support that I got from one of the videos in post that I posted to do with the Instagram arguments. I just wanted to say thank you to every single one of these people who have reached out, who's left comments, who has contacted me personally and just reassured what I'm doing is a good thing. It's really good to know that I put myself out there, and although things sometimes go south, and if it wasn't for said person leaving those comments, I probably wouldn't have known and probably destroyed my engine fairly quickly. So for everyone who supported me and enjoys my channel, thank you very much for tuning in and staying on board. And especially to AC Dodd for reaching out as well, mate. I really appreciate that. I know this guy, I don't know him overly well, like I know of him, I guess, but it's really nice to see and hear about people on the channel who not only follow but also have a contribution to it. So thank you very much to him and everyone else. Now, this episode we are going to be getting out there. Apprentice Kev is standing behind the camera. Hello. He is currently working on his 850. He's not going to be attending the Rylstone Classic this year because apparently he's got some event going on, the anniversary of when he got married or something. So I don't know why that's an excuse. So apparently he's going away for celebration purposes. We're going to be fixing his 850, so we'll go over and have a look at that. We got Chris's Mk3 Classic Mini back with a 1330. Kevin and I were driving around last night and the thing just completely cut out. No power, no accessories, no ignition, nothing. So we've got to diagnose that. And I do have a couple of oil leaks in which I need to finish on Grace. Just like any A-series engine, they do leak, especially from factory and after getting rebuilt. It is what it is, just leaking horsepower, that's all it is. Now, there's one thing I do want to mention that you guys will be seeing. If anyone knows what this is, let me know in the comment section and wonder what it's going in. So, without further ado, let's go help Apprentice Kev get Chris's car diagnosed, get it running, and get it up the mountain so I can keep going on Grace and get these oil leaks hopefully fixed.
Look, you can see this. Also, I found like a sludge of that sealant.
Yep.
Here, maybe that's also why it crept from there.
Could be. So, folks, the issue that we're having here is this forward thermostat stud. It is leaking coolant out from it, out through it. It's leaking up. So Kev's got a bit of thread tape that he's going to fit. Hopefully that is going to rectify the issue and get this thing on the road. We have a freshly rebuilt by the guys at SU Model 1.25 inch SU Carby, which looks absolutely mint. This little 850 is a bit of a gem.
200 kilowatts.
At the wiper motor, maybe. This guy thinks he's a comedian. All right, well, let's jump on to the Mk3 behind us. just here, and let's work out this ignition problem. All right, folks, so the issue that we have, and this is the first time I've gone to start this car in, probably 24 hours. Turn the ignition on, nothing happens. Now, it's very easy to assume that the issue is the battery, but I know for a fact that when I pop the bonnet, it does have a starter switch. If you push that switch, the engine will crank, but it won't fire. So that tells me that there is no power here. And if I just grab the camera quickly from the mount, when I go to turn the ignition on, the little ignition light should come on just up here, but unfortunately, it doesn't. So, there we go, so that should be on now, but it's not. If I try and, I can push the horn, so I know there's power there. Turn the indicator on, doesn't work. If I turn the headlights on, they don't work. Nothing works at all. So let's get diagnosing. The first thing I'm gonna do is be checking fuses. So I'm just gonna remove the fuse panel cover. Got my trusty test light just here. Now we should have power at one of the fuses, which it's not lining up, as you can see. And we should have, power on the other one. Okay, cool, so we've got power there, we've got power there. All right, so one will be constant power, and then the other one will be switched power, which will turn on when the ignition comes on. So now we've confirmed that. We'll make sure that we've got power down here at the starter switch. So we've got 12 volts there, 12 volts there. Sorry, I'm just getting in the way. 12 volts there. And I think that's pretty much it. As long as we've got 12 volts there, we should be fine. So let's go to the ignition switch and see if we have any power at it. All right, so first thing you want to make sure is you find a good earth. No, I did not make this earth point. For those of you playing along at home, wanting to know if I did it. So I'm going to get the test light, jam it in the guts of it, and have a look to see if we have any power in any of these. Now, it is not looking promising whatsoever. Right, so I'm fairly certain this brown one comes directly from the starter switch itself, and as you can see, it's not lighting up at all. All right, so Tomo's tech tip here is to make sure that you've got a good earth, test on something that you know is going to work with power in it. So for instance, this little switch here, that's for the fan switch. I'm just going to stick it onto the back of the terminal, and we can tell that that's lighting up. So it's saying 12.5 volts. So I know I've got a good earth, even though I test it in here and it's got 0 volts. Now, just to make sure, I did remove this terminal as well and check power here, and as you can see, still nothing. Let's go under the bonnet and see if there's anything there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've just tested and removed both of these wires here, so both of these brown ones, to see which is a constant power for the fuse. So what I've worked out is this one here, if I pull that one off, that is power. So you might be able to see it just kind of sparking there. I've got the headlights turned on, so if I hold it here, turn the headlights on, or sorry, bridge that wire, that tells me that wire is live. So I know that the circuit actually works, which is great. If I put it there and nothing happened, we've got further electrical problems. So let's go back down and have a look. So it was the blue brown wire that, oh, hang on a minute. Can you hear that? If I wiggle that wire, that is going on and off. What have we got here? Got a earth. Right, there's our problem just there. See how loose that is? There's a loose earth. I thought it was because what was happening was when we were driving it, we found that the power would come on and off. I would just coincidentally accelerate, the car would flicker, and then power would cut, come back on, power would cut, come back on, and it would do that a couple of times, and then eventually, after I pulled over, I found that I gave it a little tweak. As soon as I took off, second gear, it just cut out all power altogether. So let's just go and tighten that and make sure that's a problem, and if it is, we can move on and get this thing on the road. All right, so just grab a screwdriver because that's just a Phillips head. Oh man, look how loose that thing was. That is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to replace that with a proper bolt. Make sure it's actually tight. Okay, cool. Let's hit the key and see what it does. Oh, ignition is on. Let's give it a crank, see what she does. Alright, so it turns out it helps when you have the camera rolling to film it. There we go. Awesome. How good does that sound? Let's go check out Kev, because he's currently behind the car doing his, and I'm probably gassing him out. Alright, Mr. Apprentice, how we going, mate?
Put it all in.
Yep.
Let's see.
Alright, a moment of truth when we put it back together.
Look at that clutch.
Oh, daddy. I think you need that 12-15 swap, mate.
Waiting on it.
Maybe we put our 940 head on it. That'll make it breathe well. Probably too well.
Will it fit?
Oh, probably. With a lot of modification. Maybe someone in the comment section can let us know. Will a 1240 head fit on a Morris Mini 850? Alright, so while I look into some electrical issues with Chris's interior lights not working, Apprentice Kev over here has got his car running again, which is great. However, it's no longer leaking out of this thread, it is leaking out of this one, so we're going to have to pull it back apart again and put some more thread tape on it, or inspect and figure out what the hell is going on.
Again.
Well, seems like Apprentice Kev has it going. Thank goodness. No coolant leaks there. No coolant leaks there. There's a little bit. Not sure if that was what it was before or not. Right, seems to be consistent now. Let's keep an eye on this bit just here. Alright, we'll go for a quick little burn in Chris's car and just get a bit of an idea as to how it goes. That way we can be sure that we fixed it. Don't forget the seatbelt. G'day folks, Tomo here from Tomo's Tune-Ups. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button to my channel. Not only will you be kept informed as to when I release new videos, but also it helps to grow my channel, my analytics, and most importantly, recommend videos to yourself and new subscribers. Alright folks, well, welcome back. We are in the workshop of Tomo's Tune-Ups and we are back working on Grace. I've done the initial oil change after doing 200 kilometers. I've changed the oil and the oil filter. We've fitted a new starter solenoid and a new speedo cable under the bonnet. Now, what I'm working on at the moment is trying to get this lock working correctly. From the outside, it never seems to properly latch. There's a couple of mechanisms in there and I've tried a couple of things, so I'm going to work on that in the background. I'm not going to bore you with it too much at this stage. We've also got some new pocket trims that need to go in as well, so they'll just go inside the door liners inside there. They've been custom made by the guy that did the dash, so if you guys are looking to get a dash made, get in contact with me. I'll get you in contact with him and he can make one to suit your exact needs. Not only that, but we also have a couple of interior components we need to fit. We have a set of the, once I can find it, so I've got a cup holder, the Retro Components adjustable seat brackets. So we've got a pair of those in which we need to fit. We also have in the car as well the fridge in which I need to put in there, which you guys probably already saw on a previous episode. These are the brackets, super easy, like mega easy to fit. There's just two bolts that hold them in, and we also have the cup holder as well. That finish wasn't very nice on that. It's actually a bit damaged. It might have just been banging around in my toolbox for the last sort of couple of weeks since I got it. And yeah, we also have the cup holder as well. So I figured there's no point just having one cup holder in the car. mainly because, you know, if you're going to have a passenger in there, you want them to be able to enjoy themselves. And how many times you've been a passenger and had to, you know, hold your coffee or your tea or a beverage in your hand and, you know, not have anywhere to put it. So super easy. These just attach through these 2 bolt holes just down here. These are available, as I said, from Retro Components. It pretty much just sits like that, pretty straightforward. They're not overly hard to fit, depending which way you go. You can fit this, I think, should only be the inside, I think, maybe on the outside. Yeah, so actually, sorry, you can fit it either way. It looks like it's probably designed for it to be facing that way. So depending which way you fit it, I think on Grace, on the driver's side, I've got it facing outwards, but yeah, you can face it inwards, just depends where you want to go. And you need to make sure that you buy these as a pair as well. I believe they do come individually, so they're going to get fitted. They do come with some bolts as well. As I said, they're super easy to fit. Like you'd probably don't even need me to show you how to do this, but I'll show you anyway. It comes with a couple of new bolts that recess it to the cross member that goes underneath both front seats. The only thing I will say about this is you can't use the original wing nuts with it. The reason for that is the original bolt that goes through has like a square end on it where it recesses into the seat, and then as the bolt goes through, you put the wing nut on the other side. The square bolt that goes through and secures the seat and that enables it to pivot obviously won't go through because it looks like a machine gun side here, and they're circular, not square. So all I'd recommend there is running a bolt through there, and then if you want, probably make it quick release by putting a wing nut on the other side as well. That way you can get the seat in and out. The Cobra bucket seats move a little bit, not a great deal, but it's, you know, one of those things where it's not like I'm, you know, letting people get the back all the time anyway. So when I do, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Until then, let's go and chuck these in. Oh, we also have off camera, I'll quickly just go grab it. We haven't spoken about this yet on an episode of Minisport, but we will discuss it on another episode. This seat board goes directly underneath the rear seats. Now, as you can see, this is brand new. I've had it for, oh God, so long now. The beauty of this is you can either just run it and not have any speakers fitted underneath it, or you can cut out the speaker slots that are in the back, and this enables you to run, I think, 6x9s, I think it is. So they've got these little cutouts just here that'll just pull out. So pretty simple. If you want to run it, you can. If not, you just remove it, and then all we have to do is just grab a razor blade and cut it in a cross just like that, put a speaker through there, and then just attach it from the front, and that'll just complete any classic Mini. It's one of those things where I've wanted to do it for so long now. I just decided, well, let's just do it. There's literally 4 speaker wires that run from the back of the radio down to the rear speakers, which I figured let's just do that at the same time. So let's jump straight into it. Let's get the seat brackets done, and then we'll get into fitting this, and hopefully by the Rylstone Classic, my passenger front door is working. If not, then whoever is going to be in the passenger seat, which is no one, I just won't have to open the door. Let's do it. Oh yeah, also forgot, we do also have another component which I want to open up, which I haven't yet had a look at. This is the Cooper S Traveller rear tow hook. So let's just have a look at this thing. Oh, it even comes with bolts, excellent. So how nice is that? Nice piece of alloy, it's been laser cut. Cooper S Traveller with retro components. That just goes underneath the rear subframe, so I'm going to chuck that in as well, because, you know, you never know when you need to get towed out. And speaking of the devil, here is Apprentice Kev now. Right, so I'm just going to remove these seats. As I said, there's just 2 wing nuts, so there's one on either side. They can be a little bit tight, but the good thing is, you know, as long as you do them up by hand, you should be right to be able to remove them. Oh, that's the seat. Okay, so we move that off to the side. All right, so now we can get into doing the stuff in the back seat. So the speaker board. So I've got a bit of carpet and stuff down under here. So what I'm going to do is just move all these. Oh, how cool are these? Custom rear floor mats was made by Dave from Top Stitch. So cheers, mate. So I've got all my tools left in here because I haven't cleaned them up. Now we just have to work out exactly how the seat board's going to go underneath here, but more importantly, how it attaches. As you can see, I did a pretty shit job of this when I was originally putting it in. Hopefully you guys can see. I'll just have a quick little gaze. Yeah, not overly good, but you know, that's going to be hidden. So we just got to work out which way the seat's going to go, and then we should be right to put it in. Sorry, the speaker board, which way the speaker board's going to go, and then we can chuck it in. All right, so let's grab the speaker board, and that should in there something like that. All right, so now we just have to work out how that attaches to it, which I imagine there's probably going to be maybe a screw in the middle. Yep, just down there. Maybe we could just do a screw directly in the middle of it, holding that on, and that'll keep it nice and firm. And then the two speakers, one here and one on that side. So let's work on running the wires for the speaker. I'm just going to run from behind the radio, just on here, down, up, down under there, all the way along, up under the back there. Alright, so all we're doing here is we've run two wires through here. So it's run up through the bottom of the A-pillar, down under there, under my legs, up over the tunnel, down through the back. Sorry, that lighting is really bad. I need to get another torch in here. I'll just use my phone for the time being. Run it down around where the seatbelt is, down up under there. And then we've got two wires coming across there. So there's going to be left and right, and each wire here is going to be connected to either one of those. So we've got a purple and we've got a green. Green is the rear left, and then the purple is the rear right. So we'll connect those up. It's important as well to make sure that when you're wiring up speakers, that you wire them to the correct ones. That way you can adjust the balance left to right, front and rear. So let's get on to soldering those. Once that's soldered, we can then connect the speakers, make sure that they work, and most importantly, get the speaker box mounted. Alright, so we got the wires run from the dash. I'm going to give that dash a bit of a clean, it's a little bit chalky. We have Kev installing the Cooper S Traveller rear tow hook. So it is pretty simple. Run you guys through where it goes and what it does. First thing you need to do is work out which side you're going to go on, whether it be driver's side or right rear in our case, or you're going to go passenger side. Alright, we might need to put our foot on the brake to crack it, or use a rattle gun. Kev doesn't like using rattle guns, people. So yeah, decide left or right where you want to mount it. It's already got two pre-drilled holes just here. Now, depending on the model of your Mini or your Moke, they may already have pre-drilled holes. There's already one pre-drilled under here, which I'll show you guys in 1 second. Just up under there. So we're going to use this hole, and then we're going to drill another hole just here. It's going to be a lot easier, as per the instructions, to remove the driver's wheel. He is going to remove the wheel. We are going to fit it so the furthermost forward hole, so this one just here, that is going to go, well, let's just turn the camera so we can see. This furthermost hole here towards the larger cutout is going to go in this hole, and then we're going to drill a second hole at the back there. Essentially it'll sit something along the lines of this, and you don't as well want it too far back as well. Otherwise, if it's too far back, it's just going to be too flimsy. So you want to try and put as much stability on there as you possibly can. And of course, we are going to face the RCCST facing downwards. That way anyone looking underneath it will know what it is, but essentially it'll sit there just like that. Alright, so we've got our speakers, and we've got our wiring as well that came in the kit. And what we're going to do is I end up cutting that down, because that is actually a lot longer than what I thought we were going to need. And so on the back of the speaker will be two ports, so these two just here, and there's two different size terminals as well. So we're going to attach one and then attach the other. And I'll just push straight on like that. We'll do the same to the other side, and then I'll probably end up just cutting that wire, I think, with the extra length. That's fine. Strip that back, and then we're going to touch the two wires on the lengthened bits that we've run through, turn the ignition and just make sure it works before we go and solder the contacts. Alright, so it's important here to make sure that you match up the colours. So one that has a black trace, wire it to the one that has the black trace on it, and then same with the non-traced wire. I think one is positive, one's negative, and same when you wire it up to the back of the speaker. So repeat the same process for the other speaker, and then we can switch it on and make sure it works. Alright, let's turn the ignition on, and let's see what it does. See if it'll play some music through my phone. There we go. So we've confirmed it works by playing a little bit of Amy Grant. Great success! Alright, so now that we have fitted the wiring, we've tested it all we need to do is solder them, put a bit of heat shrink over there, remove the wires from the back of the speakers, mount them in the speaker box, and then pull the wires back through, mount the speakers on there, attach them, and away we go.
The gym, pump it up. You should make that sound.
Well, you all just had a taste of apprentice Kev's singing. Alright, so we'll connect up the wires. You want to do that? Actually, you probably can't because it's too hard to do. So we'll connect these up, and then we just have to drill a hole in the middle to connect it to the centerpiece. And then the speaker board is done. So all those wires will just tuck in behind there. Alright. So just need to find a screw now and probably just screw it directly in about the middle there, I reckon. Alright, so in that last scene my camera died, but we managed to mount the speaker. Essentially all we did was drill a pilot hole for the screw to go in, put the screw in, and bang, she's in there nice and neat. So I just have to give it a quick vacuum and make sure it's all nice and clean. But yeah, they're also out of the way and it looks absolutely mint. Helps to tie off the rest of the interior. Next thing we're going to do is go and fit the new seat bracket. So let's whip all this stuff out of here and I'll show you guys how to fit them. Alright, so fairly easy install for this. I think this one's actually missing a bolt. Yeah, from memory it stripped the nut, I think. So we'll find out in a minute. It does have two 5/16 bolts, I think they are. Let me just double check. Sorry, 7/16 bolts that go through here. You're just going to undo those using a ratchet. Okay. Once it is far enough out, that will just pull off from this cross member panel just here. It's actually a very good time to give my carpet a good clean. As you can see, the old brackets look pretty shitty. So they're going to go either in the bin or to the pool room. Now all we need to do is just grab the new ones. It does come with new bolts as well. They are significantly smaller, as you can see. I think it's a 10mm from memory. So we're just going to put those in by hand. They do go in these two offset holes just here. So just line it up and then put them in. Yeah, so I think, yeah, that top one, yeah, that nut is pushed completely in, so I can't actually attach that one, which is a bit frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. And then this bottom one, wherever the hole may be, that's what she said, and put that one in. So what I actually need to do to put another nut in there is probably remove that trim and then put a nut cert in there to be able to hold it there. So what I might do on this side, because it's only got one holding it in, I'm just going to leave it loose, that way I can just position it where I need it. Once the seat's in, I'll then go and nip it up. Once you've done one, you can then go and do the other. Alright, once you've nipped them both up, we then just want to refit the chair. And as I said, using this bolt, you'll find that because it's got a squared edge, it won't go all the way through. So what I'm going to do is get some bolts exactly the same thread pitch in which we can use the wing nut on, and we're going to be able to put it back on the seat. So it's going to be a little bit longer than standard, but it'll still enable us to remove the wing nut whilst the seat is in the car, and most importantly, we don't need any tools to do it. All right, so now I've given both front and rear floors a decent clean and vacuum. We can now get the seat and throw it back in. Now these are one of the easier seats to do, just given their actual size. You don't need to be Eddie Hall to be able to get these in, which is nice. They're not overly heavy, which is good. So essentially like we did with the Black Mosquito, except this one's a bit easier. Put the pin in that goes along that way first. Once it's in, you can then go and position the seat where you want it. Now this one, I might actually bring it forward a little bit further compared to the other side, just so that way I can get the fridge in and out a little bit easier. Right, now here I am just using standard bolts, but I did get a different wing nut on the end of it, which is just a 7/16 UNF bolt and a wing nut as well. Just going to do that one up just to try and locate it a little bit. Redo the same to the other side as well. They do just take a little bit of caressing to get it into the right position, and then once it's in position you can then go and tighten it up. And because I'm not having anyone in the car with me during the Rylstone this year, that's not going to matter too much if it's too far forward or too far back or anything. Alright, we'll just need a spanner to tighten that up on the outside. Now I think I could probably go a little bit lower, but it will just depend on the seat base as well and how far the bracket actually goes towards the back of it. Now that it's in there, I'm going to go and tighten it up on this side. That way I know it's nice and square. I will need to come back at a later date and re-drill these holes and probably put some nut certs in there. Oh, that's just not going to work. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. But it'll hold it there, but it's not overly great, unfortunately. All right, so now the seat's in, we can then keep moving forward and get the rest of the car underway. One last thing I did actually forget we need to fit is the cup holder. Now you can fit this way, or you'd fit it this way. I think probably this way is a little bit more convenient, just so that way whoever's sitting here is able to put their drink on the ground down there and it's not between their legs. There are two holes open at the bottom here, in which all you need to do is just feed the bolt through. From memory they are a little bit tight only because they do have some powder coat on them, so you may just need to push it in a little bit firm to be able to get it through, but once it's in there you can then go and tighten it up. And also on the bottom of the cup holder as well, it's got two threaded holes. I'm not sure if you can see there, but yeah, you can see just at the top there, there are two threaded holes in which the bolts go through. Good thing about this is they do supply all the basic tools in which you need, so you just need a couple of Allen keys to be able to do this, and then the bolts, they're just a 10mm bolt as well that secure the bracket to the cross member just here. Right, so like anything else, when you're putting a bolt in, line the bolt up with the hole, get it started, then you can just wind it in nice and slow. These don't need to be done up very tight either, they are only M8 bolts. Alright, and that's it. Secure it using the two bolts, and away you go. Alright, so Kev's been working on the tow hook. Here we go. Cooper S Traveller and Retro Components one. Pretty straightforward. Essentially, you just drill two holes. So where that bolt is there, oh, sorry, one hole. There's already a pre-drilled hole here, so where my finger is, that's where one of the holes is. We drilled this one, put a nut and bolt through there, bang, and away you go. I think from memory you're supposed to do it the other way, so do the nut underneath, which is actually a silly way if you ask me, because what will happen is if you damage this, so you go over a speed bump or a hump or something, if there's a stud sticking down here, it's going to damage it. When you go to pull the nut off, it could likely strip or even destroy the nut and even seize the bolt in there. So a much better way to have the bottom of the bolt facing, the top of the bolt facing upwards rather than the stud coming down. Really pleased with that. Keen to give it a test out next time, and if it is ever required, hopefully not. Alright, so pretty much all the interior stuff's done. We've got apprentice Kev under here. What are we up to over here, mate? We're fitting the starter solenoid. Oh, okay. So we got the new one just here. The old one was playing up. What would find would happen is I'd go to start it and it would just click, and I'd have to hit it with a hammer to get it moving. So yeah, Kev's fitting a new one. I think we're pretty much almost done, mate, to be honest. Oh, and this is my beautifully routed oil catch can hose. That doesn't actually go, excuse me, to a catch can. It actually just goes to atmosphere. It comes out of the MED timing case. I do need to run a catch can off this hose. At the moment, yeah, it just goes to atmosphere over there. That's just temporary at the moment. But other than that, that's almost it. Let's keep cracking on and get this thing done. Oh, I should also mention as well, we're using Penrith Classic car coolant. This is recommended to run with demineralized water, which I've done in Grace, and I think I've used probably 500 ml out of the 1 litre bottle, which is pretty good. You do need to run a preparation fluid, so this just here, just to help remove any debris and water that's in the system. There are instructions there, it's pretty straightforward. And then fill this with a ratio of 10 to 15% concentration of this to demineralized water, which we're using Penrith as well. It is fairly cheap stuff. Like the demineralized water for I think 5 litres was like $10 or something. Like, it is stupidly cheap. And I've also found that on the road test I did in Grace when I first got on the road, it was either the fact that it was freezing at 5 o'clock in the morning when I drove it up Belzalon Road to bed the camshaft in, or the car just doesn't really get hot. This does apparently say that it keeps the coolant temperature down to approximately, in some vintage cars, engines have run 8 to 10 degrees cooler than those subjected to glycol treatments. So it does definitely run much cooler. I think it only got to like 40 or 50 degrees Celsius, so wait and see what happens on the Rylstone. I'll report back. But yeah, Penrith Classic car coolant and Evans prep fluid, amazing stuff. Alright, so that is it for the preparation of Grace, the 1974 Leyland Mini. We are yet to put this thing through its paces at the Rylstone Classic for 2025. We've finished up on Kev's car. We do need to give it a tune, probably send it to my tuner to get it done after Rylstone, because he's too good to join us. We've got the Mk3 currently up getting tuned at the moment. Beyond that, we're pretty much set to go. I've done all the necessary items. Chris's car, I do have a bunch of things that I need to do, including oil change, adjust the tappets, and of course fit a electric fuel pump, which literally came today. So we have 3 days and counting from when this episode was made until the Rylstone. Really looking forward to seeing you guys there. Hopefully I get my door sorted, which I need to put a new hinge on, which I will probably just do off camera because, why not? Other than that, we are ready to go. Really looking forward to it this year. We're going to get some new door stickers, new banner across the front. And yeah, if you're going to be there, please come say g'day. Really look forward to seeing all of you down there. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. We have plenty more to come for the rest of the year, including hopefully the JDM build coming up soon on the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay COVID safe. Catch you on the next episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups.